So, for a while, I was waiting to get my COVID test back, and I did. And I did get it back this afternoon, and it's negative, luckily. Although, like, it really doesn't sound like it, to be honest. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to think of ways to take care of myself, to like get over this sickness, you know? This month I've really been trying to prioritize my health. And of course I got sick this month. But I've really been trying to prioritize my health, like both physical, emotional, mental, all that good stuff. And I can like talk more about that later. But during like when I'm sick too, like I want to be really good about getting over this hump and taking care of myself, and like getting myself healthy again, because this sucks. I don't want to be sick. So, yeah, I'm gonna be exploring some of that with you guys, maybe. Woohoo! So, a little bit more on taking care of yourself when you're sick. I have some notes that I'm looking at. And I think the biggest thing, and every person is different, but the biggest thing for me has been to nest, is what my friend called it. Nesting is kind of like creating your space and bundling up really nicely. Like I'm wearing this super comfy sweatshirt from high school, some nice sweatpants. I have a million blankets on my bed. I'm nesting. I'm feeling really secure and warm and comfortable in my space. And that kind of goes hand in hand with rest, because you can, and that kind of goes hand in hand with rest, because once you're nested very, very nicely in a place, it's like resting is super easy. Like you want to rest. And vice versa. It's really hard to rest somewhere where you don't feel comfortable. So, making a space really comfortable so that you're able to adequately rest in it. You know, lots of blankets, comfy clothes, low warm lighting, all that good stuff. And I think next, pretty basic, lots of fluids. I've been drinking a lot of tea with honey. And it's just, at the end of the day, like it's nice. So hot water, hot tea. I saw a lot of like drinking broth. I'm kind of like on the fence for that, but just like some nice warm soup, all that good stuff. Some really good foods, really whole fruits and vegetables, some nice healthy grains, avoiding dairy if your tummy is not feeling so good. But just like really good foods, really good liquids, really warm liquids, really tasty liquids, you know. And sleep. Lots of sleep. Yes. Kind of goes back to nesting and resting, but sleep. I don't set a timer. I don't set an alarm. when I'm sick, because I've let people know the next, like if I think I'm not going to be able to make it the next day, let my work know, all that good stuff, so I have nothing planned so that I can sleep. And when you're tired, sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. This is how your body is going to fight off the illness and make you feel better. So you want to let your body do it instead of fighting it. Something else that's really important that I'm kind of already dealing with is boundaries when you're sick. So like really advocating for yourself and staying home when you need to. I work as an educator. I have a job in the morning and a different job in the afternoon. And my morning job is pretty understanding. Both jobs are very understanding. But the morning job is like, yes, like please stay home. Extra time, please. Even though they really are, like if everything of course functions way better when I'm there, you know. However, I think the afternoon job is a bit more shorthanded and really, really, really wants me to come back as soon as I can. Of course, I want to come back as soon as I can too. But I'm practicing setting those boundaries for myself and saying I can't come back too early because I'm not going to perform well. Then there's the risk of me getting other people sick. It looks bad. All of this stuff that's like, no, like I shouldn't go back early. I know you really want me to, but I'm practicing advocating for myself and really putting my foot down and saying, no, I need to stay home and rest. I need to stay home and rest. And I think that that's something that's a bit harder to do when you're sick. Especially, I have really bad congestion, so I sound sick. But especially if I didn't sound sick, sometimes that can be really, really hard, I think, to really put your foot down and advocate for yourself in that sense and say, no, I'm not coming in right now. And so that's something to definitely try and do so that you can heal and so that when you do come back, you don't come back too early and then essentially relapse the sickness and then you're out for another week, you know, like, nuh-uh. Yeah, just really take care of yourself and make sure that you go back to work when you're ready. When you're ready. You know? Boundaries as well with your support system. And so everyone's different. Myself personally, I'm pretty bad about reaching out for help when I would benefit from it. So I'm trying to practice a little bit better. Like one of my friends was like, "Oh, can I please bring you soup?" And my first reaction was, "Oh, you don't need to bring me soup, especially if you're busy, blah, 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 blah." But then I honed that back in and reminded myself that this friend offered to bring me soup. So I responded, don't feel like you need to. If you're not too busy, I would really appreciate some soup. But as well as I wouldn't feel comfortable if this friend came inside and was like interacting with me because I would definitely get them sick. So that boundary being, yes, you can come and help, but you can leave that soup at the door and then I'll come and get it a minute later after you text me or something, you know. So boundaries just in like all aspects when you're sick and like figuring out how to best practice that, I think. Something that's, I definitely like read about this a little bit more, but increasing your airflow and opening windows, huge. I read about this and then actually started doing it like over the course of this illness, and I was like, oh yeah, I totally noticed that difference, especially when I'm asleep. I make sure to open my windows. And I also saw things about getting a humidifier and setting that between 30 to 50% humidity. I don't have a humidifier, and I'm not super interested in getting one at this point in my life, but I figured that I would let you all, I would relay that information for you all. And that just helps a lot with congestion, especially. And that kind of leads into one of the next things I was going to say, I think, which was, like a hot shower or a bath to help with congestion. Last night, I took a hot shower, and normally I'm really good about like timing my showers and taking short showers. But last night, I'm sorry, I just didn't care. I just took a long shower. So I just ran that hot water and I was in that shower. It's probably still wasn't more than 10 or 15 minutes. Just in general, like showers don't take me very long. Like I don't have to try very hard to take a short shower. I think I have to try harder to take a longer shower, to be honest. So I took a hot shower last night and it felt so good. So amazing. Oh my goodness. I felt like I could breathe again. It was really, really nice. So I most definitely recommend that. I love taking baths. But I don't have a bathtub here, unfortunately. Like I love getting stuff from Lush and taking nice, like colorful, sparkly, bubbly baths, but I don't have a bathtub in this apartment, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'll live. Next on my list is taking medications. And this is one that I don't know, for some reason I'm kind of resistant to taking medications. And like I think to myself, oh, if I don't take, like I don't need to take anything because then I'm not sick. It's almost like a denial thing, or a thought of like, oh, well, I'm better than these medications. Not I'm better, but I don't know. There's a resistance to medication. I don't know why. But I've been taking NyQuil, DayQuil, and some zinc. I'm not really a huge fan of Emergency, but I know that some people really like it. But just taking stuff like that and like having cough drops, all that good stuff, it helps. It does. It's a medication. It's been proven that it helps. So you should use it because it'll make you feel better. And it's not going to break the bank, luckily. Like I got a pack of NyQuil and DayQuil for $10. And that'll easily last me through this illness as well as the next 2 or 3. Hopefully they're not too soon though. Ooh, I read about this one online. Changing your toothbrush. Makes total sense, but because I do like a similar thing with my water bottles, like I make sure to, okay, all of the water bottles that I was using, like wash these. As soon as I start feeling better, like change my sheets. After being ill, I change my sheets regularly, but like I kind of let the sickness ride its course, and then as soon as I start to turn a corner, change my sheets, all that good stuff, like make sure you're washing everything, including changing your toothbrush. And that kind of falls into like cleaning doorknobs, disinfecting, especially if you live with other people, and especially once you kind of hit like a corner in the illness, you really want to make sure you're disinfecting everything as to not relapse the illness or something like that. And wash your hands regularly. Please wash your hands. As someone who works in education, especially with really young kids, like please wash your hands. I can almost guarantee you that I got sick working with those kids and I wash my hands, no exaggeration, probably at least 20 times a day. Please wash your hands. And I think that might be it. I think that's it. I was just looking down at my notes and I think that's everything. But really just like make sure to take care of yourself. All that good stuff. Thank you so much for listening to my TED Talk. Here, I'll show you this bird. I was painting this mug, actually. I can show you what it looked like. It doesn't look very good, but I just did it for fun, you know, just for funsies. And look, it like dripped below right there, unfortunately. But that was the mug. I tried. And it was just for fun. It was just something I was doing last night with this extra odd amount of time that I had. That's what I mean too, by like taking care of yourself and kind of letting yourself do little projects when you start feeling up to it, because that could also mean that your body's healing. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I will hopefully see you soon.